Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler V Series V's I've been doing for a little while. I'll go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that, time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I am a little bit under the weather, so hopefully this will help. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammer out about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I am inside my back room today, which means we got, boom, Peter Can Thunderbolt poster. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I am doing something else. What is it? I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Ow. But what super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? I happen to be wearing my, boom, my In-Vase shirt, which is a very cool shirt. I really like the design. But what is In-Vase? So In-Vase is a one-man musical project done by a friend of mine named Ian Shear. I've known him for a number of years, mostly through, Facebook and online stuff, to be fair. But I did actually meet him one time. He'd previously been the drummer in the band Straight Line Stitch, who are a favorite band of mine. Did get to meet him. That was actually where we first encountered one another. But then, yeah, we became Facebook friends. He's always seemed like a really good dude. And when he started doing his own musical project In-Vase, I was like, that's super fucking cool. I like it a whole bunch. I've listened to a whole bunch of his songs. He's always producing new stuff, like always working on stuff. He does guitar tutorials. Guitar tutorials. That's a hard thing to say. I don't know. But anyway, his stuff's really neat. It's all on YouTube. I will actually go over there and put a link to his channel in the description box for this video because I think his stuff is awesome. And he's just a really good dude. But anyway, what am I trying for today, folks? What are we doing here? Under the weather, eh? So yeah, my company had a big Christmas party a few days ago, and I caught something. And I've been having congestion and coughing fits and stuff. I went to the doctor about it, and they're like, you got a bug. Fair enough, so I'm taking some over-the-counter stuff, but let's be honest, there's no better remedy when you're feeling bad than, maybe some chicken soup. But not just any chicken soup, folks, because this is the sampler platter, so it has to be something weird. It's boom! It's new, it's from Campbell's, their chunky line. This is their spicy Nashville-Style hot chicken. Now, I did go over there and I reviewed their ghost pepper soup, chicken soup that they had. That's up on the channel already. But yeah, they have this whole new line of like spicy soups, and I'm down for that. So, plus I like Nashville-style stuff, so it seems like a good idea. Let's take a look at the soup itself. I mean, it looks like soup, if I'm entirely honest with you. If I can even... Nope, not really. It looks like soup. You'll just have to take my word for it. Let's get a thing for the thing here real quick. If I can make this happen, which I don't know that I can. Especially in my somewhat... Nope. Here, we'll do it like... I guess like this? This is such a bad plan. Yeah, no, screw it. We're just going to do the can. It's going to look like this. Ha 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 ha! Let's try out some spicy chicken soup. All right. This was the only bowl I had available that was clean, so. Ooh. That's got some nice kick to it. More than I was expecting. Because when you get like these products, they're like, oh, they're spicy. A lot of times what they mean is like they're spicy for like the extremely average person of like, let's probably like the year 1992. And I feel like, we've moved past that pretty considerably. Obviously there's still people, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to hate on anybody, but yeah, I do feel like the spice tolerance level, at least here in America, has gone up considerably in that time. It's nice. It's very well seasoned. Even being congested, I can still taste it really easily. It's very well spiced, like very well seasoned. I will say, I'm not gonna say it's a terrible amount, but like I do feel, especially with it being part of their chunky line, um, I feel like you could do with more chicken and stuff. It's pretty easy to get a spoonful without any chicken or anything else. And I do feel like, with again that being your chunky line, I feel like you could do to put in a little bit more. Um, I also think it's interesting that Campbell's Soup, they went over there, they actually changed their company name. They're no longer the Campbell's Soup Company, they're just Campbell's now. And it's like you've been around for like 120 years or something like that, like some really long period of time. And now you're just like, why? Like, are you trying to get in with the kids? You just like kids don't like soup, and one of your executives is like, oh my god, that's what we sell. Change the name. Let's get some of the actual some of the chicken bits. Chicken itself is nice. It's tender. You know, I don't have any problems with it. It's a nice big chunk. I mean, you do get nice big chunks, but I feel like you should get more. I mean, yeah, it's just, you know, it's a fairly nice, uh, fairly spicy chicken soup. Does it have that Nashville kind of, spice style? A little bit. I would say I think that even if I didn't, and I'm by no means an expert on the Nashville style or anything, but, I've had any number of sandwiches and different things that are, supposedly Nashville hot. Um, I think that I wouldn't recognize it even if I wasn't told it. It might not be immediately where my brain goes to because again, I'm familiar with it, but I'm not crazy familiar with it. But I do think it's one of those things where like my brain could figure that out relatively quick and be like, oh yeah, no, it's got that kind of that Nashville thing. But yeah, I mean, it's a nice soup, honestly. Like, I wouldn't say it's anything super spectacular. I think I like the ghost pepper soup, excuse me, a fair amount more, just because of the extra kick level to it. But like, I like the Nashville style to it. Yeah, okay. Two questions have to be asked though. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Sure and sure. Like, it's definitely not my favorite Campbell's soup that I've ever had. Again, like I just said, I like the ghost pepper more than this. There's also at least one more spicy one. I have it in my cupboard, but I'm not going to eat it today. Um, but no, I mean, I like the seasoning on it. I like the sort of Nashville sort of vibe to it. Again, I wouldn't say it's not like the greatest representation of the Nashville style, but like it's recognizable. My biggest gripe is I wish there was more chicken and more chunky bits in the chunky, part of the soup. Um, but for it being what it is, I really don't have any gripes with it or anything. The spice level is, I would say it's probably going to be out of range for people who don't like spicy stuff, which, I mean, why would you grab this if you don't like spicy stuff? But at the same time, I think it kind of helps, especially in a situation like mine where, like I said, I'm congested. So it gives it that little extra oomph, kind of awakens the taste buds, clears out the sinuses just a little bit. So, I mean, yeah, it's not bad. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. So I think that I would probably get it again, just to have as, an occasional go-to. And if I'm recommending it, I mean, look, if you're from Nashville, this probably isn't going to do it for you. Like I said, if you're not into spicy stuff, probably not going to be your jam. But if you can forego those things, like, worst case scenario, it's not a bad soup. It's nicely seasoned. The chicken is nice and tender. Like I said, I wish there was more of it, but it's Campbell's. Campbell's Soup Company, by the way. We're just gonna keep going with that. We're gonna stick to it, Campbell's. Anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go prepare themselves a truly soup-tacular-tastic rest of your life. Because soup is delicious. Like, I love soup. It's just fantastic. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, here's what I want you to go out and do. If you've gone over there and you've ever actually had any proper Nashville-style stuff, let me know. Like, you know, especially if you've had it in relation to something that's supposed to taste like that. Is the difference vast, or is it, you know, relatively on point? I have to imagine. I actually had a coworker, still have a coworker, still work with him, but I went over there and I gave him a Nashville-style chicken from a local place, and he thought it was fantastic. But then he ended up going to Tennessee not too long after that, and he came back and he's like, it's night and day. He's like, as much as I like that one, the ones over there are even better. So I'd love to get the opportunity. Maybe at some point I will. Anyway,